Hello, guys. If you can, please, as always, confirm in the chat if you can see me, if you can hear me. I'll just notify. Hello, Chaitanya. How are you doing? As always, first in the chat. I'm just going to notify the Discord and Telegram community, and we can dive in. It's going to be very interesting today. Let me just also send a message to Discord that we are rolling, and we can go. Okay. Okay, let me also open the chat. Hello, Oleg. Hello, Google. How are you doing, guys? Very excited for today, Jake. Yeah, so today, basically, it's going to be a little bit different because we are going to start with the account review. So I've got prepared a few traders. Well, not prepared really because I had only a few moments to check them. So we're going to review them together. And then I'm going to start breaking down my strategy. It's going to take a longer than one live stream, but probably I was thinking about it and I'll do it on 3, maybe 4 chapters because the strategy is a little bit more complicated, especially to those who are not familiar that much with the fundamental analysis. But don't worry, guys, we'll get there. So you always have an option to go back and review the old live streams. So it's going to be fun. I was especially surprised by some of the traders, and congratulations if you one of them in the chat who already were able to get payouts from the giveaway accounts. I was trying it for so long to get someone who would actually get simulated funded. Oh, my camera is not focusing at all. Okay. So who would get the simulated funded account and then also the payout? Because most of you, and I was talking about these statistics, most of you don't have a problem to pass it from evaluation to simulated funded stage. But then something switches on you or most of the traders, and they are not able to make money on simulated funded account. I'll probably just ask JV to create some sort of a long form content that would help you somehow just calm down, do the same what you did on evaluation, and then get the payout. Yeah, I don't know what is it. Probably it's just when you that close from the payout, you start panicking, you start doing the fear of missing out, so you're entering positions or trades that doesn't make sense in your trading strategy. I don't know what is it. There could be several factors, but I would like to find out. To be honest. It comes with lots of pressure. Yeah, that's it, Nelson. It's the pressure probably, just being that close to the payout. Let me also pop out the 2 traders that I found out. Both of them messaged me. Actually, 3 traders. So 2 traders already got the payout. I think first one $250 from 5K account. That's pretty impressive. And the second one $230. We're going to check them. And the third one, at least when I checked on Thursday, he was about 600-700 in a profit. I think so. So that's more than 10%, which is very, very impressive on 5K account. I'm sorry. So we're going to take a look at all of them. It's a pressure. Yeah. I have a little bit panic. Yeah, panic, pressure. $600 USD GBP trade. Yeah, is it you to Google Ock? Is it you who had $600 on the giveaway account? Yes, I also wanted to participate in the giveaway. So yeah, everyone will get the chance. So no rush. Okay, let me open. Oh, it wasn't you. Okay, let me open the dashboard so we can take a look at the accounts. So the first one, I would probably start with the giveaway traders if you're not against it. And then I've also saw a few very decent traders because last week, since last Sunday to this Sunday, we had about 70 to 80 payouts. So that was a lot of accounts that we could review, but I choose few specifically, as you guys also told me to get an account review some of the traders who trade smaller accounts. So I've got some of them as well. So let's start. Let's start with the trader who messaged me with a $600 in profit. I'd be very interested in how this guy is doing. Maybe he actually got the payout. Didn't check, unfortunately. But not a single of those three traders that I just mentioned that made either $250 or $600 on the payouts haven't spent a single dollar with the market. So that's impressive. Then you've got, and this is what I think the entire platform industry about. Once you make the money, you can reinvest it. With the $250, you can $250, you can then purchase 50K account to 25K account for 10K account. It is up to you, but you've got now the capital or resources to do so. So okay, let's log into the dashboard of the first trader. I'll bring him on the screen in a moment. Okay, so let me also hide the personal information so we don't have any leaks. Okay, and we're good to go. All right, I'll also open the chat on the second tab. So let me firstly share the screen. Share the screen window, and it should be, yeah, it's this. And also chat on the other. Where's the chat? Yeah, here. Okay, perfect. Yes, I wanted to participate in this. Okay, perfect. So this is the guy who made $600, but I think he didn't get the payout, and I don't see the account here on the trial, so he probably failed it. Let me double check. Is it this account? Yeah, it's this account. So unfortunately, the daily loss. But as you can see, he was on simulated funded stage about $1,000, $1,100 in a profit, which is amazing. But then he, for some reason, failed the daily loss, which should be, when you get really close, and he was trading probably scalping trades. When you're that close to daily loss, you should just stop, and trade another day. I mean, failing daily stops, the daily loss is, I don't want to say dumb, but when you close to daily stop, just uh, close your laptop, turn off your computer, and go fight another day. Let me see what can. Congratulations congratulations to those who took the giveaway. Gold loss, I think, in news. Okay, yeah. No, Chaitanya, it's not the payout on demand. I don't think so, because this is the option that you need to choose before you purchasing the account. So I don't think it was that. But nevertheless, he made about $500 on one trade. Would like to see that. Let me just take a look. What was the trade? Oh, he took two same trades on gold, making $500. That's impressive. Okay. Am I sharing the screen, guys? Just to be sure. Yeah, I am. Okay. So sometimes, yeah, you can make a fortune with few good trades. Damn, only if he didn't trade on news. Probably. Let's see where and why he failed the evaluation or the simulated funded stage at this point. It looks like he was just scalping. Open date, close date. I think he was trading every day, 23rd, 24th, 25th. Yeah. When he had losing days, it was mostly on average, I would say, $120, $130, because then he's got only $70 losing day. But then when he had winning days, $600, $270, and $500. So I think if he just stopped trading that day when he violated the daily loss and come back the next day, I think he'd be still good. That's very unfortunate. Yeah, he was trading the close date. Someone was asking. He was probably trading the news. 23rd. Was it 23rd? No, first. Yeah, on first. So many losing trades on gold and GBP and first was on Friday. So yeah, probably 3 p.m. Friday. He was trading NFPs, and as we know, the NFPs didn't go well for US dollar. So at that time, as we were saying also on the market analysis live stream session, gold's returning back. He was selling, also buying pound against dollar, which was very, very weak after the NFP report. Unfortunately, failed it. But if he just stop not trading the gold, just with the GBP USD didn't work out for him, just stop and he'd be still good. 46% win ratio. That's decent. Or it's enough when you have a risk reward of almost 2. So, well, I think looking at the prices, let me find some winning trades. I think he's a scalper. Oh my days, that's a series of losing streak. USD Japanese yen, that was the pair that made him a lot of profit. And yeah, he was scalper, just taking 10, 15, 20 pips trades. Okay, that's unfortunate. Yeah, let me bring out the trader who actually managed to get the payout. Okay, let me stop sharing the screen and bring out a second trader. Let me check the. It is Martingale. Yeah, probably M8. Speaking about this, might be actually martingale. For those of you who don't know the martingale system, it's basically when you enter the position and the market goes against you. Let's say that you want to buy, and the market goes against you, so the market goes down. Then you buy double, and then you buy triple the position, and you're still buying till the market reverse. And whenever market reverse, you can still close all of the trades below the first position and still make money of it. But it's very dangerous, as you always want to double the position. So then eventually, when the market reverses, you are good to go when closing the trades in the middle of the move that was from the starting position. Martingale is very dangerous. I had a one automated system on Martingale. Didn't go as expected. You should get JV on this account review, Jake. Yeah, I'll try. I'll send him. I'll send him this account so he can take a look. And basically, guys, if any of you would be interested, JV did the first one-on-one coaching with one of our traders. It was 2, 3. No, it was more than that. I think like 5, 6 live sessions ago when JV suggested to one of the traders who was dealing with difficult period. He had some struggles, as almost all the traders have from time to time. Then he jumped on a one-on-one coaching. I'll probably at the very end, please remind me in the chat, and I'll leave the link where you can sign in for one-on-one coaching day, one-on-one coaching call with JV. Jake isn't the martingale, looks like. Yeah, that's what we discussed, Jake. Small powers is best first time. Yeah, he could basically he had $600 profit. So he could basically just stop trading, I think. Maybe was something else. I don't know. I'll probably connect with the trader why he didn't get the payout, because once you have $600 in a profit, from the account that you got free from giveaway, didn't spend a single dollar, I mean, then you can afford to buy a 100K account. That's very, very unfortunate, guys. So, okay, let me bring out the trader who actually did get payout from the giveaway account. And then we can go to see one more trader who got payout from giveaway. And then we'll go to very successful traders. Whenever they are trading small accounts or big accounts, I've got to prepare a lot for you today, guys. So let me see who was the second guy. I think it's this one. Yeah. Let me bring it on the screen. Takes a while, guys, because I want to avoid leaking something. So you need to give me a minute or two. Feel free to leave the questions in the chat. Okay. Almost there. Yeah. So perfect. Let me again hide this. Perfect. I'll bring the tab here and sharing the screen. So sharing the screen, share window, and here we go. So this is the second guy, and as you can see, the biggest payout. Didn't want to do that. So the biggest payout and the only payout that he so far got was the $212 from the giveaway account, which is pretty decent. It's almost 5%, say 4. And he had also kind of a really good winning streak last month, in the middle of last month. Kind of wondering what happened that he failed it. And also, he then purchased $100,000 account. So yeah, as I was saying, didn't spend a single dollar, got the payout from free giveaway, and then bought 100K account. I'm going to take a look at both because I would be interested what he felt the trading drawdown. So basically he made $266 profit, got the payout, left the room about how much? About $150 towards the trading drawdown, so he can again turn it back. But unfortunately, recorded few losing trades, 3, 4, and violated the trading drawdown, which is unfortunate, but still got the payout. What was he trading then? Dow Jones and Euro USD. Okay, smart choices. And also Bitcoin, I guess, on weekend. I don't know what it was, 14. Let me check. No, it was Thursday. No, it wasn't Thursday. What was 14? Okay, it was, yeah. So he was trading on the weekend Bitcoin, which is kind of dangerous. Played well for him, made $100, which is good. 65% win ratio, 1.5 risk reward. That's very decent. So, what a good trader. Unfortunately, even though then he used the payout to buy 100K account, he wasn't able to pass. Let me check. Yeah. Well, if he wasn't trading actually bigger accounts, maybe, as we were discussing from the very start of this live stream, he just got nervous, panicked, and eventually didn't do any good. One profitable trade, but then unfortunately failing. So unfortunate, but anyhow, congratulations to the payout. I think it did a good job to make 4% out of a 5K account. So well done. Let me briefly check on the chat. So you got, yeah, Chaitanya. Unfortunate that you failed the 10K account. The more we grow as a community, then I'll be able to provide 10K accounts for you guys. So it's just a matter of time. I think we'll grow eventually. Any questions about this trader? Let me just briefly. Do you need to make consistent? So you need to make consistent profits every day. That's insane return. Yeah, it is. 4% is really good in 1 week. I do 1 to 2% per month, 2% per month in a good month. So 4% a week is, well, yeah. Yes, we will grow. Was it Google Oak? $212 in the chat. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so this is the second trader, and I'm going to show you the third trader from the giveaway, and then we will just dive into traders who are making payouts almost every month, like consistent ones. Okay, and the third guy, hope that at least he has the account still. Would be nice to have a trader who won the giveaway and would be trading the same account for weeks, months. I would be so proud if that happens. Yeah, would be really good. Okay, and this is the one. Let me see. Okay, so didn't spend a single dollar with E8, yet he got $252 payout. Well done. Let me open the E8's dashboard again. Okay, and also again hide some personal. Oh, didn't want to do that. Okay, hide some personal information, and I'm going to be sharing the screen within 30 seconds. So, oh, he does trading the same account. Perfect. Nice. Guys, that's what I wanted to see actually. So let me share the screen. This one is pretty awesome. Share the screen window. Okay, let's do it. So this guy, again, as I was saying, won the evaluation, got the simulated funded stage. He made $252 in single payout and still trading the very same account that he got as a giveaway. This is the phase one of E8's. So he passed. Let me just take a look quickly. How did he pass? How many trades? Actually, 3 days. It's weird that we don't have the trades displayed here. But on the first day, he lost $50. Then he made 153. Okay. But what I wanted to get to, still trading the same account. Oh, that's a lot of trades. That's 89 trades. Got the payout. And right after he got the payout, he got a profit of how much? About $60. Well, if you're watching, congratulations. As really, really good results. Daily result. Okay. So he's been. That's weird. Oh, this is not a giveaway account, guys. That's a Christmas giveaway that we did. Okay. I thought this trader is a giveaway from the live stream giveaways, but this guy is trading since 21st of January 2025. So he's about 7 months in, and he's still trading the Christmas. Damn, this trader is good. I mean, very consistent. This is a usual trader's account balance. I mean, upside downs, but eventually, with the 90 trades, making $440. I didn't know that we still have these traders. That's very surprising to me. How much total payout he took, Jake? He just got one payout since the very start of the year when he got the Christmas giveaway, where on Christmas lot of traders got the 5K account, and he started trading in it like 20 maybe a month later. And then since the very start of the year, he didn't get any payout. Just last week, he got the first payout from that account of $252. And he had to do 90 trades. That's very patient. This guy is very patient, yeah. Because then I just went down and I saw a daily result and I saw 8 pages. I said, okay, that's weird because that's not even how long we are doing the giveaways on the YouTube. So he's got more he got that more like patient. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Being that patient, I hope that he will use the resources from the payout to buy a bigger account. I mean, $252. Let me check what this can get you at E8. So 250. You can easily get E8 50k or 3-step 50k. So I would love to see him trading the 50k account if he decides to spend the money back for bigger accounts. 44% win ratio, which is below uh, below average, 1.5 risk reward. So that's probably why it took him so long. Because if your win ratio is 44%, you need at least a higher risk reward. Or if you want to have lower risk reward, you need to do uh, more high probability setups to get higher win ratio. So that's the thing. Okay, I'm very, very impressed by this guy. Trading a single instrument, guys. Again, euro dollar all the time, I think. Let me just double check. Yeah, I think it's all euro USD. Yeah, it's all euro USD. Changing the lot size a lot means probably that he is trading well, not that much. Okay, I thought it's way worse. Let me take a look into the calendar. I mean, can we see all the way? July was just profitable month for him. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, all of them in profit. Okay, June was something else. Okay, he's trading probably like half of the month if we're not including the weekends. So yeah, and here 21st of January 2025 started trading the simulated funded stage. On a 13 of January passed the evaluation. Okay, so yeah, this guy is something completely else. He's untypable. Who is Christian? Fumbled the bag on my own, but that's great to see someone making this happen. Yeah, I love to see traders who are able to achieve something like this, even though it took him 7 months to get 250 dollars payout. It's still incredible. Is he a swing trader? Yeah, didn't even check. Let me see. Okay, so how much are his positions? So this is a 20 pips. This is 30 pips. I would say he's intraday, either intraday or scalper, but I think scalpers are usually taking like half of it, 15 pips. So I would say that he is actually an intraday trader, trading mostly about 30 pips. Yeah, 20 to 30. If you can do it once, you can replicate it. Yeah, that's the thing. And I think he's a good trader because since the very start of his simulated funded stage, he is still in the profit. Nevertheless, he had some losing streak. He was still in the profit. And for example, with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losing trades, he make up for them with 2 winning trades. Sometimes that's enough. You can close a lot of losing trades and then you can get back with a few profitable ones. Close the position whenever the market is not developing according to your strategy, and then whenever the trade is rolling, just keep rolling with the trade, let it open and close some nice profits as he did, because eventually what he needed was just this period, these last 10 trades that secured him most of the profits on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 really good trades, I guess. He must be having other firm accounts also, I think. Maybe might be the case. Okay, so that was giveaway accounts. Let's now take a look into some incredible EA traders. So let me bring some of the traders that are trading with E8 for quite longer and who achieved payouts last week. Okay, so the first one probably I'll let you decide, guys. Do you want to do someone who? Do you want to review someone who got? Let me just double check. I think 10, 15K account trading, 10, 15K payout trading like 200, 400K accounts, or would you like to start with the smaller ones as you suggested? Because I think I've got also a trader trading 25K account and very consistent. So just let me know in the chat which one you would like to start with, as we still have got about 15 minutes. Then I want to dive into my strategy that I use trading. 50K, 25K will be good. Okay, let's start. Let's start with the small account traders. Okay, so where's this guy from? Let me double check. From Spain. Okay, so we've got a trader from Spain who last week got the payout. Let me open the. He purchased 4 accounts and made already almost $5,000. So let's see. Okay, let me bring it here. Also, let me again hide the personal information and let's dive in. So, share the screen again. This is exhausting. I need to find a better system for it. And we are here. Okay. Share the screen window. Okay, so this is the first trader. Total payout $4,500. Biggest payout $400, almost $500, and average payout 281. Right now, trading. Oh, he needs to be very consistent because he is still trading the E8 Plus, which we don't offer anymore. Let me take a look into the payout section. Okay, so he got the first payout at the very end of 2024, and then 3 payouts at the very end in the last month. Then 3 payouts in the January. February, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 payout February, March, 3 payouts, and now he's back with 2 payouts last month. Actually, last week, almost last week, both of them. Let's take a look at the account that appears the most, which is this one. When did he start trading this? Okay, so he's trading this account for about 10 months, and he started on 25K. Then he's got, as most of the traders, guys, this is what most of you going through, which is the yearly drawdown. But well done to everyone who managed to get back what he lost, just come back fresh, and eventually making $3,300 in the period of 8 months just on this account alone. Very, very impressive. Let me also open the chat on looks consistent 10 months. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually 10 months. Yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, that's true. Okay, Nelson, you will do it one day. Your sounds a little bit low. Can you hear me well? Or is it not loud enough? I don't know if I can extend it. What was he trading, Jake? Okay, let's take a look. So this is not a one instrument trader, but for most of the part, Dow and Euro USD as the giveaway trader. Not the Christmas giveaway, but the one before. Both of them trading index and the major currency pair. Okay, I can hear you absolutely clearly. Thank you for confirmations. So two instruments mostly. How many trades it was? So 69. So 70 trades in 10 months. Win ratio 48, risk reward 1.5. Again, very similar to the Christmas giveaway guy. Very similar one, but trading more instruments. Most of them money made on down at the same time lost. So yeah, the major instrument for him is down. So that's why we also invited Angel to our live streams to provide you with the indexes analysis, because we know a lot of the traders are trading in indexes at the market. That's like 7 trades per month. Yeah, talk about patient again, like the Christmas trader. Talk about patience with 7 trades per month. I'm interested if he's swing trader though. Is he? So I can't tell on dark. So let me take a look. Euro USD. Let me find the Euro USDs. Oh, GBP USDs. Okay, no problem. Now, I think as for the currency, as for the FX market, he's a scalper, which is weird to take 7 trades a month being a scalper, but it is what it is. Apparently, yeah, he's a scalper, guys. So, but still, very very impressive. But he has another account also. Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's got 2 E8 Pro accounts. On the first one, still in a profit of $1,000. On the second one, he managed to get profits of $3,300. Let me take a look into calendar. Yeah, he's taking more than. Yeah, I forgot about the second account. He's taking more than 7 trades a month. Oh, okay. He trades more than 7 trades a month. Most definitely now I can see it. Mm. Okay. Also very decent one. Also very decent one. Questions. If I take payout, does my account close? Or as long as I stay above drawdown, I'm good? No. It also depends. King T. I don't know how to pronounce it again. You get used to it, as most of the people in the chat. So it depends on what account are you trading. With some of the accounts like E8 Classic, which is 2-phase evaluation, you track your scaling, so you get the payout. Your account balance remains the same, so which is a good thing. So whenever you get a payout, you also scaling. You can trade more. You can afford to open bigger positions, and so on. The only account where you need to be careful about the payout is E8's, where is the trading drawdown. This is where I would probably get always like 30 to 50% of your payout, just to keep a little bit of a space for your drawdown. But if you want to know how it works, I'm not going to explain it on the live stream, but if you want to know how it works, if you go to E8 Market websites, there's a really good article of help center. So you will understand it. It's pretty simple. It's like short article. You can read it in 2 minutes, and I think you will understand it. So he's diversifying his trade across multiple accounts. We had traders like these who were actually doing so, like changing the account based on the instruments they were trading. But I think that this one, no, on both accounts, he's trading down. Yeah. So that's that. Pretty decent one. Okay. So before we dive in, because we are already talking about some successful traders for 40 minutes, would you like to guys continue? He bought E8 100k accounts, but he fails. Jake, yeah, I think so. I saw it at the bottom of the page as well that he bought. Yeah, E8 he completed the first phase, but then eventually didn't get any payouts from it. I don't think so. We can go to payout history. It's all E8 Pro. So yeah, he wasn't successful on E8. So before we dive further with any other traders, would you guys continue analyze 2 or 3 more traders, or would you like to go to breakdown of the strategy? I'll leave it up to you. Whatever you feel like to do, we can do that. Because I was thinking that today would be just your strategy. Okay, we can do it. I was thinking tomorrow Ken's back, so he'll do his analysis, and instead of me doing market analysis, I will just do the strategy breakdown. But I can probably, because today not everyone is in here, so let me stop sharing. So I wanted to bring my strategy to probably most of you guys. Um, it's very relevant when I share my market analysis. It's good for you guys to know why I'm focusing on these indicators or that indexes. So I think it would be better to do it actually tomorrow. Let's see your strategy. Okay, Jay, give me one chance, bro. Yeah. I can tell you in a short, at least to those of you who are here, just what's going to be about tomorrow, the strategy, and just outline a little bit how it works. So basically, most of you know, guys, that I'm a fundamental trader. So my trading plan is a little bit more complex than let's say an average technical trader, where he's got some sort of criteria. Whenever he meets those criteria, I mean, it's a technical pattern or liquidity sweep or whatever, he enters the trade and it needs to be London session or it needs to be New York session. My strategy doesn't really care much about entering in London or New York session, because I used to enter the market after the news are being printed. So let's say in a scenario of Australian CPI printed last Wednesday, and I've entered, and I'm still shorting Australian dollar. I've entered on the London session. So whenever some news happens in the Asian session, then I'm entering London session. When something happens in the London session, I'm entering New York session. And again, when something happens in New York session, I'm entering in London session. Why am I doing this? Or how am I entering trades and why? It all gets to the certain news or events that were released or that happened in that session. So what you should be focusing on right now, because I don't want to overwhelm you with all of the indicators like PMIs and consumer indicators. There's about 20 consumer indicators that I watch. As you get more into fundamental analysis, we can talk more into details of this strategy. But for you, if you would like to try it, if you would like to try trading fundamental strategy, what you need to watch are central bank monetary policy decisions and three main indicators which play the most important role in those monetary policy decisions, which is the GDP, the unemployment rate, or the labor market, generally speaking, and the inflation, the most important one. And what I usually do, and I said it so many times, that as with the technical analysis, in fundamental analysis, you also trade patterns. 2, 3 years ago, it was all about hiking. Whenever central bank is hiking interest rates, the currency performs incredibly good, right? In this period, 3 years later, it's all about cutting rates. So whoever is cutting, the currency depreciate. Whoever is holding the rates higher for longer, the currency appreciate. And what you want to do, what I do, is that I watch the press conferences, the let me just switch here. Yeah, the press conferences and then the statements, and I need to see what's the forecasting of the central bank, because central bank usually gives you some sort of a hint. This needs to happen, like inflation needs to calm down, uh, labor market needs to go a little bit up, we need to have at least some visible changes in the GDP for us to deliver the rate cut. And then I'm watching those indicators that I told you, the GDP, the unemployment rate, the inflation, and watching if those new prints are meeting the forecast of the central bank. And it happened with the Australian dollar CPI. So Central Bank of Australia, especially Bullocks, who's the governor of Reserve Bank of Australia, said that in order for us to deliver the rate cut, which is depreciating the currency, we need to see lower inflation, right? And that's what actually happened on this Wednesday last week, or this week actually. We had lower inflation, and this is for me signal that the probabilities of RBA actually delivering the rate cut being dovish is higher. So if, and this is actually where the big players, where the institutions are entering, they're not entering the market on the very decision, they're entering based on the probabilities. Like the Fed watch tool. Let me also open the chat so I know whenever you have any questions. So whenever there's a probability of the rate cut, which is usually changes the most when some sort of important data like the inflation, the GDP, or the labor market is released, the big players enter the market. This is where I want to enter the market. It's probably like week, 2 weeks ahead of the decision when the market is making decision based on when the market is making movement based on that decision. Let me just, Jay, give me a chance. Let me just check if there are any questions. Jay, can you break down brief? We have time to analyze news important for trading. Uh, how you choose weakest as strongest currency pair? Yeah, I'm trading fundamental analysis for like 10 years. I've worked for basically a fintech where you deal a lot with fundamental analysis. Basically forward and exporters and importers. I worked for also banks. I wasn't on a trading floor. Again, want to remind it, but still working in the financial industry, still dealing with the news and charts every day. So this is basically how I learned. And also, guys, if you really want to get into fundamental analysis, if you don't know, this book is really awesome. It's called Economics. You're going to love it because if you like comics, this is basically written just like a comic book. And it gets you the basic knowledge. So basically the history, how banks evolved, the interest rate, inflation, how it all happened from the 18th century with Adam Smith and invisible hand theory till today. So if you want to get the basic knowledge of how economy and finances work, economics is the best way to go with. You can search it online. I think you'll get it on Amazon. There will be a lot of e-commerce selling this book. Yeah, it's called Economics, I think, with an X at the very end. It's called Economy. Yeah, just like this. So I would recommend you this. And basically, when something, back to my strategy, when something like that happens, that I'm reacting to the actual print of the news, in relationship to the central bank forecasting, I'm also checking on the indexes. And this is what I'm going to talk to you guys about again on Monday. Let me bring the trading view because I talk a lot about indexes in my analysis, but I'm not using Dixie or IGSI. I'm using my own, and I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you how can you confirm whenever the fundament was positive or negative in correlation to the currency. Okay, so let me share the screen. Share, and let me know when you see my trading view. Yes, you can see it. Okay, perfect. Let me just read the book. The book sounds fun and educative. It is. It really is. I read economics like 7, 8 times at least, I think. Always like to remind the history. So it's really fun, guys. You'll enjoy it. That's why I think whenever something is fun, you'll get it. You'll get into it way better. And just reading boring theories, all the terms that you don't understand, the economics you will understand 100% sure. So most importantly, you have to understand how they talk when power is speaking. Yeah, that's when it comes to press conference. You need to understand what the power is actually saying, what kind of a signals hints is he giving us. But before the press conference, because the monetary policy decision happens, the big players are already in the market, counting with the probabilities of either keeping rates unchanged or delivering the rate cut. So this is the important that what you need to figure out before the central bank monetary policy decision happens. Where are the odds? Are the odds for the rate cut, which means you should be selling the currency, or are the odds for the keeping rates unchanged, where you should be buying the currency? And for the confirmation, I'm using these indexes, the custom ones. I'm going to explain you the reason, but as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, hopefully you can, the pair that, or the currency that this formula starts with is the index for that currency. So this is like a Dixie, but my Dixie, and this is like a index for British pound. This is index for Canadian dollar and so on, New Zealand dollar, Australian, Swiss franc, Euro index, and pound index. Let me just close this window. Okay, perfect. So what's the difference? You can already see on the right side that as for the TVC, is it? I think, let me double check. I think it's, yeah, TVC indexes, the official ones. All of the currencies except the dollar were positive on a Friday before the market closed. But my currencies told me that only Swiss franc, Euro, and Japanese yen were actually performing better, and Australian dollar, New Zealand, Canadian, pound, and the most importantly, the weakest one, dollar, was losing. The difference in those indexes in composition. That's why I'm not using Dixie, because the composition of the index is mostly euro. I think, let me check, but I think it's about 57% of the Dixie index is just euro dollar. So whatever happens on euro dollar currency pair will mostly affect the Dixie, right? While in my indexes, or it's not my indexes, my invention, I was introduced these indexes by my very close friend that I was trading with. On these indexes, every currency has the same value, there's the same composition. So if something important happens on a dollar, I will directly see it on that index, because let's say that dollar is now being very strong, or some news happen, data released, make a dollar to be very strong. But at the same time, euro can be having also some news that are in a favor of euro. So both are strong, which won't actually much reflect on the Dixie, but I'll see it really good on my indexes. Jake, something news, just before I'll continue, just very quickly, just want to read the chat. Is this custom symbol on trading? No, you just can make a screenshot, and then when you want to add something, you just enter the formula. So you could do USD euro plus USD pound plus USD, and then you divide it by 7, as there's 7 currency pairs in it, and then multiply it by 100. I'm multiplying it by 100 just to see better numbers here. Otherwise, it would get a little bit messy. But this is the formula for custom indexes. And if we compare them, let's say, I don't know, Canadian dollar, right? So if we do Canadian dollar, and we'll split the screens, and we'll do Canadian dollar, my index is on the left side, and Canadian dollar, the official one, is on the right side, right? So if we zoom in a little bit, I'm going to do daily here and daily here. So yeah, we can probably see more or less the same. Let me see. Yeah, you can see the dates on both. And here on the November 22, the custom index, mine, right here, on Canadian dollar was depreciating, right? So meaning Canadian dollar was not performing well. But if we go down here on 22nd again of November, the Canadian dollar was actually performing really good. You can basically see the same date on both charts as I'm moving with the cursor. And on the left side, my index was depreciating really hard. On the right side, the official Canadian index was performing well. So if you then go and take a look into November, I don't know, 22, November 7th, which is, if I'll zoom in, we'll go back. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So this is November 10th. And if we go here, November 2022, yeah, here. So this big bullish candle is Canadian dollar index, the official one, November 10th. And it's really bullish. And if you go to my index, You see, November 10 was the very start of the bearish move. And if you take a look at that specific date, I guarantee you that the only currency that performed well against Canadian dollar was the US dollar, because the composition of this official index is mostly USD CAD. That's why I'm using these indexes. Also, if you go to lower time frame, you don't get this messy chart, because once you have the custom formula, you have pretty normal charts. And I know for a fact that a lot of traders who are using them haven't actually met much of them, only the friend who recommended them to me. So they are, or at least he is using some sort of indicators to measure the strength of the individual currency. You can try to input the technical analysis into it. And basically what you can do with these indexes are then just, choose the index which is strong. So currency which is strong, currency which is not performing well, which is weak, and then combine them. You've got currency pairs that you can trade. Okay, so but it's this paid plan. No, I think you can make them. I'm having a premium, I think. Yeah, but I think you can include the indexes even with the free version. I think so. I think so. That's pretty smart. But edit paid plan. Okay. Formula is traders. Yeah. Now you can do free version also, mate. Yeah, you can do it free version. Yeah, I think so, because not many traders using this, and this is how you can tell. I mean, look, if I have a currency and I'm analyzing custom index of, let's say, I don't know, Australian dollar, I see that for last 14 days, Australian dollar was not making any profits, was just depreciating. And then I found, let's say, Swiss franc for last 14 days was just appreciating, having a bullish momentum. What are my odds that the Australian dollar as Swiss franc will, for next 2-3 days, again depreciate? Yeah, sometimes as simple as that, just looking for individual currency. If one is strong, second one is weak for certain periods, your odds of this continuing for 2 more days is pretty high. And also, this is not the only way I'm using, as I said, when some news happens, like on Australian dollar, because this is the big bearish candle here, is the NFPs. But if we go to Australian dollar, which I talked to you guys on my live streams, and we go to Wednesday, where is it? Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday. Well, I'm too far. Sorry. Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. Yeah. And I said, if the CPI are going to be lower than what was expected, what was the forecast, I'm going to sell Australian dollar. And then you can just go, you don't even have to watch the news. You can go to the index and you'll see this is actually, this with the big shadow is the Australian CPI. And after the Australia printed lower CPI, the market was just depreciating. So you can then just take a look into the custom index. You see this reaction. You go then to trading economics or whatever calendar you're using. You see that the Australian dollar the Australian CPI are lower than expected, giving a better probabilities or higher odds for delivering the rate cut. And that's where the big players are going to get into the market. And I said, if that's going to happen, I'm going to be selling the Australian dollar Swiss franc. Yeah, you see, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday. So this is where the CPI happened. Even if you would sell, then on the London session, which is somewhere here, it'd be still in the profit. And this is basically the indexes. I saw how strong is Swiss franc, how strong vulnerable Australian dollar because of the CPIs, because I saw the vulnerability on the index, and I just took the short position on Australian dollar Swiss franc. As easy as that. Did you backtest it? Yeah, basically this is the strategy, the fundamental analysis using the indexes that I trade for past 5 years. So yeah, and I trade mostly swing trading, so I go on higher time frames on those indexes, but this is what I've been using for past 5 years. But you can then, as I'm trying, you can implement into those indexes some sort of indicators to help you predict where the individual currency is about to go. So, for example, what I've also tested is if you go and you use moving averages, right? And moving averages, MACD, and you see that we are in the red, like below at the level of 0, then pound I would be probably selling. If we go to daily time to have higher time frames, if there's very if there's in the red zone, so MACD suggesting this market is about to go down, at that day or the day after, you can be selling the pound, and you just find a currency that at the same day is performing well, like Swiss franc or any other. So you can play with it as much as you want. This is the way how you basically want to figure out if individual currency like euro, like US dollar, Canadian dollar, whatever, whenever it's strong or weak. So what indicators do you recommend, Jake? What's the recommendation? No, I don't want to give you recommendations for what indicators you can use on these indexes because I haven't tested on a live account the success rate of strategy when amplifying the indicators into custom indexes. So if you find something that works really well, let me know. But for now, I'll keep the ones that I'm using just for me till I'm not sure that I can give you something that actually works, guys. Yeah. So look, I do the fundamental analysis. I analyze the indexes. Let me just double check something. Okay. And then I find a strong and vulnerable currency, and I start trading the pair. When I do so, what I use is this indicator, my own actually, called round numbers, where I'm just looking for best entries. What I've learned in past 10 years is that the market reacts the most to round numbers, such as 1.16, 1.165, 1.17, and so on. But then, where also market reacts a lot are 3s and 8s. That's why I've added them into the indicator, levels 3 and 8s, which is levels such as, let me move this a little bit. Why can I move it? Yeah. Such as if we're going to talk about 1.16 again, then we've got 1.163, 1.165, 1.168, and 1.17. You can take a look. I think this indicator should be on the TradingView. I'll probably just send the link into the comments of the YouTube, but you can check for your own, if you're trading smaller time frames, how many times market reacts to numbers and zones ending with 8 or 3, such as 1.168, 1.163. And these levels, I'm going to do a little bit less than that. I'll just add 7. Okay. And these numbers serve for me for either entry points, also for setting up stop loss, but also for take profit orders. So yeah. And I use this indicator basically as some sort of a template. As you can see, if I'll just settings, and I'll include 28 again, 28 lines. So I usually, when I see a support or resistance, I'll go to 4 hour because I'm doing it on 4 hour. And when I see market somewhere reacted like in this zone so many times, I mark it as a support. So also market reacted a lot of times here. You've got reaction here, here, here. So I'll just stretch the rectangle between two zones. You can see how perfectly it fits. And this is for me basically a template for marking the most important zones. Usually I mark 2 above the current price, 2 below the current price. So I know where markets can stop, where a market can reverse, and so on. Well, this is support and resistances. I only don't place them randomly. I place them all the time on the round levels, or then 3s or 8s. And yeah, that's in nutshell the strategy that I trade. So the core is the news or fundamental analysis. Then I go to indexes. When I've got the confirmation from indexes, I go to the specific currency pair. I find the best levels for me, either round numbers or 3 or 8, and I'm in the trade. Yeah, so that's that probably. What indicators do you recommend, Jake? And I don't use any other indicators. I was trying to use moving averages, and so but it's all of them are delayed. So some of them I'm using for the indexes, but I don't really pay too much attention. You also want to react to price action whenever you enter in the trade. When you're looking at the indicator, you are delayed by the time frame you are using. So if you're using daily time frame, your indicators are going to be delayed by 24 hours. Then the same goes with 1 hour. It's going to be delayed. I'll see if I can adopt it. Yeah, this is just something that I've learned in the past probably 10 years. So if something from this you'll find interesting, you might use it, such as the indicators or this indicator for, the custom indexes or these levels, which is an indicator on TradingView. So yeah, probably. I'll probably just then, after I see some sort of a trade like with an Australian dollar that I called for, that was the only trade I called for, the Australian dollar Swiss franc, which happened to be very profitable. At least we're still about 50 pips in the profit. So once I see next trades, now you guys at least know how I work, and then I'll just explain it on a specific scenario so you can understand it better. My camera is not zooming today, not focusing at all. Don't know what's happening. Okay, so let me just briefly look into the chat if there's something. We have longer according to inflation, GDP, and demand news. People building permits. How you deal with that, Jake? Yeah, from the very start, as I was saying, I wouldn't focus on PMIs. I wouldn't focus on, I don't know, building permits. I don't even focus on building permits. That's, from the very start, I would just focus inflation, GDP, labor market data. Those 3 main indicators, and then analyze, watch the press conferences, the central bank decision, their monetary policy. I would start with those 4 things whenever you want to get to fundamental analysis. How much time we have to wait for frequent trades? I don't know what you mean by that, but usually I find at least 1 to 2 trades per week. So yeah, I'll find something this week based on the news, and then I'll just share the specific example or specific scenario based on the strategy that I just kind of explained. It's more complex than that, but in a nutshell, I think you've got it. Yeah, the win rate and risk reward is kind of sketchy. Not the win rate. I think I'm still somewhere about 60 to 70%, but the risk reward, it's always different because I don't place the take profits. I usually act according to the price action and to the new developments in a fundamental analysis. So whenever there's news, in the example with the Australian dollar that I just gave you, the inflation is now lower. So I'm bearish on Australian dollar. But then if something, let's say the consumer spendings or retail sales take a little bit higher, suggesting that people still are spending the money, so the inflation next month can be, or even on the next print can be a little bit higher than that, then I'll just leave the trade. So I don't have specific risk reward ratio on it. 1 or 2 per week is peaceful. Yeah, it is. It is. And also, whenever you're a swing trader, which I'm not trying to convince you to become a swing trader, but whenever you are one, your stop losses, or at least mine, are between the range of 50 to 100 pips. There's a lot of what needs to happen in the market to be hit by, most of it doesn't happen in one day. Uh, so yeah, you are trading a little bit more relaxed, I would say. Uh, yeah, sometimes when you are one person position in the market, you scalping, and 5 minutes, either in 5 minutes you can be either very rich or very poor. Simply put, it's not really something that I'm looking for, because it's emotionally a very difficult thing to deal with. Now, sometimes it's not. That's the thing. I've got win rate good, but sometimes the risk roll is sometimes just one. I've got 50 or 100 pips stop loss and 100 pips take profit. So yeah, the risk roll ratio is probably lower than 2. Before, okay, all right, means you always trade after the news result happened or before. No, I don't trade before news, unless I want to get into it earlier. So if I'm expecting that uh, the CPI from Australia will eventually get lower, I wouldn't probably enter unless I see some signs from other economic indicators, which I'm going to talk to you about in next few weeks, like the retail sales, consumer spending, and other indicators that basically then play a pivotal role whenever you want to guess, I would say, what's the CPI. So every indicator is connected to other indicators. As I was saying, the retail sales, the consumer spending, the personal income, and those indicators are pretty much connected to the inflation, because the inflation, from the biggest part, has to do with the personal behavior, like the consumer behavior. So yeah, I'm not going to be right now overwhelming you with all those informations. Just as you know, find out more about the GDP, labor market, inflation, and the central bank decisions. Watch those for and act accordingly. Yeah. So we are about 15 minutes after the 60 minutes live stream I wanted to have. So let me just read the final question. Do you think we can use this to select trades we let run that we enter in lower time frames? I think so. I think so. You can play with it, man. You can play with the indexes that I gave you. If you saw them for the first time, I think you can include them. It's for free. You can do it in TradingView, and you can play with it a little bit. Jay, can I get a chance to? Okay. So yeah, guys, I hope you at least understand it a little bit. I hope you got some inspiration, some motivation from the account reviews that we did, and I wish you the best of luck this week. I'm not going to delay today because we've got another live session tomorrow with Ken, who's getting back from the holiday. So the usual Ken's analysis is happening tomorrow. And again, I'll try to go a little bit deeper into my strategy tomorrow as well. So thank you so much for being here on Sunday, on a weekend. I appreciate you guys. And I'll probably see you tomorrow then. Yeah. Again, tomorrow is a Monday, so giveaway is still on. So I'll see you there. Till that happens, best of luck, guys. Speak to you tomorrow. Bye bye.